We're at week 5, folks, and here's the week 5 walkthrough. That's the week of September 21 to September 27 or 28. I've had some folks email me and say they're having trouble following the content. So just as a reminder that the content starts at the top of the page where Zoom links and meetings for week 5, and you work your way down through each of the links until you get to the bottom. Now, there's some things you can skip and some things that you can't. Well, only a few things you can skip. I'm finding that people, through my analytics, that a lot of people are just not reading the checklists. They're not planning their work via the checklists. So I might have to start, I hate to do this, but having quizzes to make sure you're reading material. And that really sucks. So we don't want to do that. So read the material. Just work your way down through it. And that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. So first thing is Zoom link meetings for week 5. Okay, here's the link for Tuesday's meeting, and here's the link for Friday's meeting. And I see I've got too much there, but you can click on that. Tuesday's meeting is at 7 p.m. See, if you read this, you'll know when to block it out on your calendar. So I've done a later meeting to try to accommodate more people, so make sure you come. And Friday's meeting is at 9 a.m. That's the best I could do for Friday, but I do think we need to have a Zoom meeting on Friday. They won't be very long, I don't think. And if they are, you can go in and out of them as you need to. All right, that's the first item. Make sure you read all of the announcements, wherever they are. If you read these announcements here, let's just go back to the announcements. Here's the Zoom meetings for week 5. There's another place where you can see that. There's the link for one, there's the link for the other one. Let's go back to week 5. I can't believe it's week 5 already. Second item is the format of the research project. All right, so this is just a blank page, so what you have to do is click on Format of Research Project, and there it is. Well, taking a minute to load up. While it's doing that, we'll pause. Oh, there it is. Several of your classmates have been confused about what the final research project will look like. Now, this piece of content was written by your embedded tutor, Prince Bush, and people are not taking advantage of his expertise, which is considerable. So make sure you read through this. So he explains here, the final research project can be anything from a standard essay to a podcast. You know, a standard research paper or a podcast, or you can explore your creative side. Find the best medium for your particular research question. So we're trying to be very broad with this. That's why we call it a research project instead of a research paper. It can be a research paper, but it can be lots of other things too. So here's just a few of the things that students have done for me in classes before. And students have also collaborated. They've worked together to create something. And you can do that as well. All right. Let's go back. Here's the week 5 checklist. A few glitches in the text, but you're still readable. But print this out. If you're wondering what you're supposed to do, well, the first thing you do is stay in touch with announcements. I have something here about the Twitter class hashtag right here. You know, it's something you can add, a little extra something you can play with, have fun with. You could create your own class hashtag, it's hard to say that, using Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok. It doesn't matter. You can do, you know, be flexible. I know you don't have time for a lot of stuff, but, you know, you should try to have some fun with this class if you can. Okay, read, print, week 5 checklist. Yeah, read this thing, print it out, and use it as a checklist. The week 5 walkthrough is what I'm doing right now. So watch this, because sometimes there's extra information in here. plan the research work for the week. Create a work plan that fits with the DAPS goal setting formula. I'm real big on this DAPS model. I'm going to start getting really picky about this in your work plan starting this week. I've been pretty easygoing about it, but now that you know exactly what it's all about, and I will have had all of your work plans and reflections done by Wednesday of this week, and the summaries done by Friday. So all of the grades should be in for weeks 1 through 4, and I should be able to do the week 5 check on you guys, assessment on you guys. And again, each one of these is a discrete item. It's a single item that you can work on. Here's plan the work. This one is implement the plan. It's just a fancy way of saying work the plan, and then write a reflection. This is very much like it was last week, very similar to it. So you should be getting familiar with this. Not perfect, but more familiar, and it should be helping you. If you're really honest with yourself and really doing this and being specific and making sure you have dates and times when you're going to work on things, little appointments with yourself, you should be getting something done. Something should be happening with your research project. Your question might be changing. You might begin to see, oh yeah, this is how I want to create this. This is the thing I want to use. I want to create a podcast. I want to create a set of blog posts. I want to do a chat book, right? So it all depends on what your question is. You don't have to do a standard research paper unless you want to, unless it's something that you really want to share with people in that format. And then the last thing we're going to do this week is to read a hypothesis article, just like we did with the first one. And we're going to use that for summary number 2. We are not writing summary number 2 this week. Let me repeat that. We are not writing summary number 2 this week. If you want to get ahead of the game and start, you can. But I will not even post a place to turn it in until week 6. So these are all the things that you have to do this week. Okay? This should be week 5 walkthrough. That's where that will be. So I'll have this right here ready for you. This is the DAPS model, just in case you've forgotten about it. This is the research plan. Let's open that up. This is due Tuesday, September 22nd, midnight. So you have to have the plan done early in the week so that you can work your plan through the week. Now, you can change your plan as you go during the week. Don't get me wrong, but that's the kind of thing you'll report in your research reflection that you probably are doing on Sundays, but not before. You don't want to do your research reflection unless you did a lot of work Monday through Friday and you feel like you can go ahead and write it. Here's the research reflection for week 5. The same as the week before. And the last thing you do, and I want to spend a little time on this to make sure you remember how to do this. So when you do a hypothesis reading like we did before, you click on the link. It takes you into the article. And this is the article right here. If you click on page notes right here, you'll have a set of instructions, just like we did before. First thing is to read the whole article without worrying about it. Just read the whole thing, just at your own speed. Second thing is read through it again, but then to do private annotations. By private annotation, I say, okay, here's one right here. I highlighted that and I made this private annotation. If I click edit, you see down here it says post only to me. That's a private annotation. Nobody else will see that but me. On your private annotation, nobody else will see that but you. And you just work your way through this quietly and closely reading what's going on here. What are you saying? You're asking questions. You're making comments. If you'll look at the where is it? There it is. The instructions here. He's got that. Read the whole article. Read through privately. React to it with questions, criticisms, agreements, and why. Disagreements and why. Or images, videos, and GIFs. There are lots of ways to respond privately. All right. Then when you've gone through the whole article, so now you've read it twice. The third time you go through the article, you're choosing your best comments and you're making them public. So that would be like me here. Let me find all the annotations. There's my private annotation. So I click in here and say, yeah, I want to change that to post to just a class. That's our class, right? I'm not going to do, you can click on that. I'll go ahead and click on that, and then I'll get rid of the article. Remember, you can always get rid of something by clicking on the trash can right here. And I'm going to delete that annotation, okay? So there's page notes here. I'm going to delete that annotation as well, or cancel that one. So it's free and clear again. So choose your best comments and make them public. And the next step is respond to 3 of your peers' annotations. And again, react to them with questions, criticisms, make it useful. Right here I say try to make all your comments and responses useful. In other words, make comments that can be used. Useful, used. So, make it useful. All right. Let's get back to where we were, which is here. And that's it for the week. So, I'm still working on this a little bit. I've still got some corrections to make in the links and the like. I still got to proofread it, but it'll be ready this morning. So, have at it. Make sure you check these Zoom links. We got a Zoom meeting Tuesday evening. We got a Zoom meeting on Friday. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Get outside if you can. Enjoy this incredible fall weather while you still can before it turns off. All right? Take care. See you soon.